Is it SahBabii? SahBabii? I'm gonna start off this video by saying, I don't know how to say this nigga's name. I think it's SahBabii, so that's what we're gonna go with. Welcome back to the Rap Loft. It's your boy T, and for the next few minutes, y'all chilling with me. Today's topic, we're gonna be doing an album review of Saaheem, SahBabii's latest album. And before we dive into it, just make sure you join the conversation in the comments, you like, you subscribe, because I really do enjoy talking to y'all and I try to respond to as many of y'all as possible. I like having these rap conversations. To that nigga that was talking about I don't got no fans, you don't see the 400 of us? You don't see us in the comments? You don't see my 400 fans, nigga? I'm just playing, but for real, y'all, I really do enjoy talking to y'all. Y'all motivate me to keep going. So let's have these conversations in the comments. SahBabii. I know the name, and I've been known the name for a long time now, back towards 2016. While I'm not a huge fan, I do know the name. The first time I heard about SahBabii was he had this song, he couldn't fucking escape it. Pull up with a stick, let it hit. Pull up with a stick. Y'all know a song. Granted, I didn't even really put two and two together that was the same nigga, but that just goes to show.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
That just goes to show how long he's actually been making waves. Found out today, did my research, he's from Atlanta. Didn't even know that, right? So I got put on. Now, as I said, I knew him since 2016. At that time, I wasn't really checking for a lot of rappers coming outside of Atlanta. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Where you about to be? Nigga, did you just make it clap in my video, nigga? As I said, I was 16 in 2016. So I wasn't really checking for a lot of rappers coming out of Atlanta. The only two biggest rappers that I really vibed with coming out of Atlanta was Young Thug and Future, right? Everybody else, you know, really didn't pay attention. But we're here now. I do remember that while I was in school, a lot of people were circulating the album. It was Squidtastic. You know, the album cover, he got like the little tentacle arms and whatever is going on. I do remember that being viral. As I said, still didn't tap in. Now, multiple people, I gotta give people their credit. Multiple people have in the past tried to put me on the SahBabii. Be like, hey man, listen to this, listen to that. And I've tried it. His previous work, I just couldn't get into it. Something about it seems very unpolished. Which that's not a problem because there's a lot of people that make music that's unpolished, but it gives a more raw feel. For him, it just sounds very unprofessional. Like half the time it sounds like, oh shit, I'm recording this shit in my bedroom. I really don't care about the music. The lyrics are not really much to listen to or whatever, right? So I just wasn't a huge fan. And every time I tried to get into the music in the past, it just wouldn't work. Now, this most recent time and how I got put onto this album was my little brother actually was like, hey, did you hear the new SahBabii album? Or you should go listen to it. And I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear this nigga, man. But I was like, you know what? Let me just give it a try. Let me just put it on. Let's see how it goes. And y'all, that shit low-key good as hell. That shit good as hell. Now, before I get into each song and tell y'all how I feel about the album and everything, maybe I'm the only one, and let me know, let's have this conversation in the comments. He kind of sounds like a Young Thug clone in a way. And that's not a bad thing, right? Remember I say like musicians, music is inspired by this other person, inspired by that other person. So I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. I'm saying he sounds like if I had to talk to SahBabii and be like, hey bro, who's your top 5 rappers? I have a feeling that Young Thug would make the list, or in general, and I was inspired by Young Thug. But I could be wrong. So now, what exactly is it that I like so much about the album? And at the end of this, I'm gonna give y'all my review out of 10. So number one, where my notes at? Number one, the intro is what kind of did it for me, right? Because going into it, I was expecting, you know, the typical niggatry, rapping about violence, this, that, and the third, which don't get me wrong, it's in it. That's what you're getting at the end of the day is a bunch of violence, a bunch of bullshit, you know, nigga activities, right? However, did you say negativities? Negativities. However, the intro is very cinematic. It's very grand. He got like these strings playing in the back, And the first thing that struck me about it, maybe I never realized, his voice is very unique. I'm not gonna go as far into say the nigga can sing or whatever. He ain't no Miguel or nothing like that, but he can carry a tune and it does work for him. So that was the first thing. And also it was very striking. Now the sound is very polished. And I think the whole time that's what I was kind of looking for from SahBabii, is like, provide something that sounds very professional, sounds put together, sounds polished, sounds clear, doesn't sound like you're fucking recording it in your bathroom. So intro, fire. Then we get into Viking. And the thing that I like about this transition, it's not like a seamless Metro Boomin type transition, right? That's not what you're getting. But it sounds like they took damn near the same instrumentals to make the intro and use the same shit for Viking and just make it a little bit more harder hitting. So overall, fire. And then immediately I could tell, I was listening to it, I was like, you know what? This is the exact song that would blow up off of this album. Just like how I listened to Ken Carson's More Chaos. Immediately I listened to Black Rockstar, I was like, oh yeah, this the shit. This the shit that's gonna blow up, right? The songs Roll With Me, Anaconda Livin, All the Way, that whole stretch of songs were just okay. They're not bad songs, they were just okay. Because this is where I'm starting to kind of figure out him as an artist and, you know, why would people like this? And what I'm starting to figure out is that the thing that makes him most unique is his voice. It's very unique, it's very distinct, it's enjoyable, right? But other than that, outside those tracks, there wasn't really any much more going on. It's just very standard tracks, probably didn't need to be on the album, in my opinion. Some of y'all love them, right? But in my opinion, probably didn't need to be on it, just standard shit. It wasn't until we get to about 3 songs in a row that I was like, damn, this nigga eating. All the Way, On Film, and Kodak. And the thing that I like about these songs was, one, the song structure, and kind of like the things that he were talking about. Of course, it's standard niggatry, right? But he made them sound unique. He made it sound different, right? And the main thing that I was focusing on is, again, his voice. Sounds really nice. SahBabii to me,
You got one more time to throw them fucking papers back here.
SahBabii to me seems like he's not afraid to have fun on a track. And that definitely comes out on the song Belt Boys, Belt Boys. Y'all know the one, right? Very interesting. I like it. It had to grow on me for a bit. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I listened to it, I was like, what the fuck? What is this nigga talking about, right? Played again, I was like, you know what? He might be on to something, right? So I like that. I like Every Day. And then again, we get into another lull of the album for me with songs like Lost My Feelings, Stay Away From Trouble, and I know I'm gonna fuck this up. Sylvan Road? Is that the song? Just very low, like kind of probably didn't need to be on the album. Not his best work, but then again, still not bad songs. Like if you put them on, I'm not gonna be like, oh nigga, you gotta turn it off. It's not a bad song. It's more just like not his best work. And I can hear that, right? The song Mirror surprised me. I feel as if like I can see on Spotify that for a lot of people it's probably not their favorite song. But for me on a personal level, the song is damn good. I really like it. Another okay songs, we got Waikiki, 1095 Osborne St. Love the production. I think he took a risk there and it works, kind of showing his versatility. I like that. The song Bye, another song that I really thought was creative because of like the double entendres and stuff that's going on there. Really like that. And then to finish it off, I decided to do the deluxe album of this project, Saaheem Just a Little More, or something like that, right? Which is 20 songs. So I think he only added 2 songs from the regular version, which is good. The outro, Workin, really like that song. Show Off, that was the first 0 that I would ever give to any song. And then Grandson, I'm like, why isn't this shit not on the album? So overall, I'm really impressed. I'm so impressed. I did go back and I'm like, is there something that I'm not hearing that people love so much about the previous work? And still it's no. I kind of like this version of SahBabii. The one, and maybe some of his fans might be like, well, you kind of like his mainstream sound. I think that's fine. I think sometimes people think like mainstream and they think like that's a bad thing. For me, I look at mainstream as like, what can you do with professional studio equipment? What can you do whenever your craft is at its peak? You get what I'm saying? And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So now out of 10, what would I give it? Honestly, out of 10, even though there were some okay songs on the track, I had a few skips on the track. I think I had more songs that I liked than I didn't. So out of 10, I might have to give this album a strong, actually, I can't sound like fucking Anthony Fantano. I'm gonna give this album a 7 out of 10. Did you listen to it? Did you like it? Tell me what you think. Let's have a conversation about it in the comments.